Doug MPA back with another video. So guys, I just left the Washington DC area. I moved down south and I'm glad because it is better down here. And this is one of the reasons why. So Giant Food Stores is a major grocery chain like Safeway, Albertsons, Harris Teeter, Kroger, but they are issuing a warning that if things keep going how they're going, they're going to have to close all of the DC area stores. Why? Because of crime and theft. It is getting too expensive to the cost of replacing items that are stolen and to have security on hand to do crime prevention and theft prevention. Now, all of the residents are saying that it's going to create a food desert, the lack of access. But what else is Giant supposed to do? There are stores operating at a loss for multiple years because of the crime and the theft, and it is unsustainable. So we're going to get into this news story. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And guys, there are a lot of policies in DC that are contributing to this crime. Any theft under $1,500 is a misdemeanor and is considered low priority. So let's get into this news article.
More on the question of whether a major groceries chain in our region could be forced to close doors. This would hit a lot of neighborhoods hard. The question is being asked right now of Giant Food's president, and he is speaking out about the crime in the region. Let's get right to Stephanie Ramirez, live for us in Silver Spring. It's gotten really bad, Steph.
It has, and he says they're not closing just yet, but they are issuing warnings in Factorin as we were on air during the 5 o'clock show talking about this issue. D.C. police and the fire department were responding to a stabbing at a Giant supermarket. We do have a live picture of the scene there. This is Park Road Northwest and the Giant.
At a Giant, a stabbing, guys. How'd that interaction even go? You're looking at avocados and apples, and all of a sudden, a fight breaks out? How does that even happen? You know what? It's in D.C., so I believe it. Guys, the crime in D.C. is real. It's a real thing. Everything you see on the news about D.C. is 100% true.
Store there. It's this type of violence and the theft crimes that has the company president warning the community that something needs to be done. Ira Kress, told me that they're spending tens of millions of dollars to address crime at their stores over the past few years and that the costs keep escalating.
It makes me feel like I live in a different world than where we used to live. I mean, it used to be you could go to any place you wanted to go and you could feel safe and go shopping, do whatever you need. Now you got to watch over your shoulder. I love Giant.
And this is all types of crime, guys. Carjackings, muggings, assaults, everything. And here's the thing. We are in the middle of a recession, guys. I know the news doesn't talk about it much, but people are desperate. So you have bad people, and then you have desperate people. And all of that adds up to crime going up. And I don't know what the administration of DC is going to do about it, because it's going to take some major changes, and the current administration doesn't have the wherewithal and the strength to do what's necessary. So this is going to keep going on, guys.
And I come here all the time. I like their products. When you come to a store, though, you need to be able to feel free and safe to come. So I don't think it's just Giant's problem. I also think it's the law enforcement and those that make the law.
That was a...
And he's 100% correct.
Customer there at the Silver Spring store here talking about how he views some of the issues and the way it has to be addressed. The Giant president, Ira Kress, he tells Fox 5 that they've had to increase security at some stores, lock up products, and close certain entrances at their stores, trying to address the crime along with employee customer safety. And the president says that his company is working with police, but police already have their hands full with shootings and carjackings.
See, there you go, guys. The major stuff, like with people getting deleted in broad daylight, police have to deal with that. And DC is short on police. they had to get rid of the requirement that you had to be a natural born citizen. So you can have a green card and become a police officer in DC. They're short something like 1,000 police officers or something like that, maybe more than that. But once again, they just got rid of the requirement that you have to be a natural born citizen to be a DC cop. You can have a green card and be a DC cop.
A big problem, he says, is the lack of punishment. For example, in Maryland, there has to be a theft of up to $1,500 or more for that theft to be considered a felony. We also spoke with a Giant employee who feels that, Giant could do more, like hiring more staff and making security enhancements across the board so that more eyes are on the product and more is being done to address things evenly. The Landover-based company has about 165 stores. A few shoppers tell us they feel the burden should be on everyone to address this.
So in the DC area, the job market, the worker shortage is still real, guys. Everywhere you go, at customer service places, now hiring. I remember the grocery store, there's a Harris Teeter next to me that at least one Thursday a month, they do walk-in interviews where you can get hired on the spot. Harris Teeter's a grocery store. Like, I think it's like the second Thursday of each month or something like that. You can walk in and get hired. In the DC area, everywhere you go is now hiring signs. So all these Giants are understaffed.
We're not a bank. We don't have vaults. And I don't want to create an environment where everything is locked up in the stores. But I do not see today anything occurring which is going to significantly impact positively the escalation that's occurring in either theft or violence. So I welcome the conversations.
Once again, they see the impact that the policies in DC have had on their business, and he knows that the government is going to do anything about it. So that's a very smart president to me.
And the D.C. council member who does review legislation first said that their office is looking at reviewing and strengthening the laws in D.C. at least. We're still checking in the region. We'll be sure to have the full story on fox5dc.com. Back to you.
Guys, you best believe beginning of 2024, there's going to be no Giants left in D.C. Maybe the middle of 2024. I'm going to keep track of this story, but I don't see anything changing. And, businesses have to make money. And it's just a shame that a few criminals are ruining it for everybody else. Maybe more than a few because it's DC. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. Do you live in the area? Let me know if this has been your experience. If you live in the DMV area, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one.